Hello, today we're going to be examining the following couple of objectives. One is thinking about how to collaborate online, and the other one is to remember to do so in a respectful manner. This screencast is in support of the National Centre for Computing Education resources, which are available on an open source government license, and that's the purpose of the screencast, is to support those. So, online comments. Remember that anything that you write online can be viewed multiple times by the person receiving this. This could apply to something on social media, or it could apply to something such as you're working in a collaborative manner on a particular presentation or a document or a spreadsheet. It applies to humans from the age of school age all the way up to people who are working in a profession, and it's easily done to forget these things, and it can be potentially disastrous if you don't remember this. Anything that you write online can be viewed again and again and again and again and shared again and again to other people. Even silly jokes or comments can be hurtful. So the message here is to think before you send anything. Here are some tips of what you want to be doing. You want to keep it friendly. You want to be specific. You want to try to stick to the facts if you're giving feedback to somebody. Remember that your tone can sound quite different to the reader, to what perhaps you intended it to be. This is particularly interesting if you employ humour or sarcasm, because sarcasm is mainly to be avoided if you're writing something online, because it's difficult to interpret sarcasm online. A good tip is to use something called the sandwich technique. Now, this basically means to say something positive, and then to say something critical, and then to end with something positive. In the sense of a sandwich, then the praise would be the bread. The criticism is the thing at the center of the sandwich, and at the end there is more praise. It's also quite a good idea to ask a question in order to start a discussion if you're giving some feedback on something that you're not quite sure works. So here's some examples. I like the design of your presentation. Let's say that there's 2 or 3 of you working on a particular presentation. It's quite urgent, and you're quality checking it. So you could say, I like the design of your presentation. It was really nicely done. This would be the praise. You then might say, well, one improvement might be to spell check all of your words before you submit it, because that person perhaps has made some spelling mistakes. But you maybe like the images that we used. So you could then say, as the final element of praise, that the images were thoughtful and they match the writing very well. So here, the bread is the praise. At the top, you like the design. Within the sandwich filling, if you like, is a recommendation, a nice constructive criticism to spell check. And the final piece of the bread at the bottom is that the images are thoughtful. In terms of receiving feedback, well, there's a number of ways in which you can receive feedback, especially if you're feeling that you might have some level of criticism at a piece of work that you've done with somebody. Here are the tips. So read the comments carefully. Stop before you react negatively if you think somebody has said something in an unjust or impolite way. Assume that the comment from that person has come from a positive place. They usually have, and it's with the aim of improving the thing that you're working on. Appreciate the fact that they've taken time to comment and say thank you. Make a decision. Do you agree with what this person said? Could you ask a question about the feedback for some more clarity? Maybe you could come to a compromise if they've got a particular view and so have you. And remember that feedback is there to help you improve. It's not meant to make you feel bad. Okay, so today all we wanted to do is look at how to collaborate online and to do so in a respectful manner. In future videos, we're going to be examining cyberbullying. Thank you.